Expos, Dodgers in L.A. It's Lima time! Jose Lima and Adrian Beltre getting fired up. Beltre was fired up all night. Bottom 7, a solo home run, his second of the game and 9th of the year. Tied it at 4. It was still 4-4 in the bottom of the 8th. Here's Beltre. Go-ahead run on third. A huge 2-out RBI single scoring Jason Grabowski, who had a pinch double earlier in the inning, and LA's up 5-4. And Lima is thrilled. And he's even more thrilled to see this. The reigning Cy Young winner, Eric Gagne, coming on, looking to convert his 70th consecutive save opportunity. First batter, Hermel Sledge, not so much. Brian Schneider, Ron Callaway. Gagne strikes out the side, his 7th save this season. He's converted his last 70 save opportunities, extending his own major league record. The Dodgers beat Montreal 5-4.
Todd Helton and the Rockies taking on the Expos, a team high on his personal hit list. Helton with a .410 batting average against the Expos all time. The 3rd highest career batting average of one active player versus one team. Of course, they're not the only one. You can see the Phils and Pirates on the list as well. Straight to the 9th inning. 2 out. Expos up 3-1. Livan Hernandez looking to go the distance and taking on Helton deep to right field. But it's off the wall, and he's going to be held to a single. Helton 2 for 4 again in this one. Next batter, Hernandez looking at Vinny Castilla. And that's more trouble. Yanked down the left field line. That'll go for a double, and that'll bring out Frank Robinson. Taking the walk. Says, you good? I'm good. And he is. It's Jeremy Burnett's first complete game of the season for the Expos. Now Scott Van Pelt, the Coors Light Silver Spotlight. Cards up north in Montreal for Matt Morris's 150th career start. It wasn't that memorable. Bottom first, Brad Wilkerson takes advantage of the hanging breaking ball. Expos up 2-0. Bottom 5, Expos up 4-1. 2 outs. Morris against Andy Chavez. 0-2 pitch. Didn't get it. Chavez would single on the next pitch. So Morris a little irked later in the inning. Steps on the mound, wets his fingers. Not allowed by Major League rules. Larry Poncino calls ball 1 to Jose Vidro because Morris touched his mouth on the mound. Poncino has a little discussions about that. So Matty Moe's angst is mounting. He was done after 6 innings. Cards down 4-1 in the 9th. Pinch hitter Colin Porter launching one. It's high, and it's high-fi. Hits the speaker out there in right field. First career home run. Cuts the lead to 4-2. Next batter, Marlon Anderson tries to bunt his way on, but Tony Batista will have none of it. Expos win just their 2nd series opener. They've taken 4-5 overall. Second night of the Cards weekend engagement in Montreal. Tomohoko on the mound for Montreal, 0-5, and the Expos had scored a grand total of 2 runs for him in those 5 starts. He was pitching well, though, against Jib Edmonds. Edmonds strikes out. Bottom 5, 2 out. Jason Marquis against Jose Vidro. High, deep, gone. All those things. Actually, not that high. Deep and gone is correct. It's 2-0 Expos. Top 7 now, same score. Runner on first. Oka against Scott Rowland, who is tearing it up, but not here. Strikes out there. Oka goes 8 strong, 6 strikeouts. Expos have won 5 of 6.
The Expos trying to sweep the Cards. Claudio Vargas girl pitching. But boom! Albert Winnie the Pujols with a man on back. And circuite. 2-1 St. Louis. Then with 2 on, none out in the top of the 6th, Jim Monsieur Edmond. Loin, and circuite. And the Cards beat the Expos 5-2. Chris, if I were Carpenter, going the first 8 innings.
Expos last in the majors with a .233 average, 76 runs scored. Looking for some offense in Milwaukee for Livan Hernandez, who cruised for the first 8. But in the 9th, with the Brewers down 5-0, Jeff Jenkins goes yard, his 4th. And suddenly Milwaukee's on the board, down 5-1. That's it for Livan. He gave up 3 earned on 7 hits and 8 2/3. Later in the 9th, Brew Crew down 5-3. Scott Podsednik scores 2, and the Brew Crew have come back to tie 5-5 to go to extras. Bottom 14. Jenkins is the winning run at 3rd. Save your best for Wes.
Left field! Everyone, go home!
Go home! Wes Helms hadn't driven in a run since April 10th. Ends a 4-hour, 20-minute marathon. 8-5, Brew Crew in 14.
Montreal, they've dropped 8 of their last 9 on the road, but they had Wes Obermueller to deal with. 0-6 with an ERA north of 7 in his career at night. He can't pitch at night, but here are the reasons why he could win this game. The Expos are the lowest scoring team in baseball. Historically bad. Worst record in the National League. And on the mound for Montreal, and this is the fun part, Zach Day. So it's sort of a day game at night. Top 3-1 out. Brewers already down 1-0. Obermueller facing Day, and Day says, "It's night, brother, and I'm taking you out of the yard." Oh, it's bad when the pitcher hits his first career home run against you. Obermueller, the nightmares continue. It's 2-love Expos. But Obermueller gets even here, strikes out Day swinging, and then the sun came out. The Brewers explode for 3 in the bottom of the 6th, and then Jose Vidro misplays the West Helms grounder. Lyle Overbay scores. Obermueller and the Brewers.
Beer Makers Expos, Milwaukee going for the sweep and a tie in the all-time series at 24 games apiece. Top first, Doug Davis pitching to Jose Vidro, who missed. Davis, 8 innings pitched, 3 hits, no earned runs. That's a quality start. Lyle Overbay batting .462, 19 ribs during a 13-game hit streak. He's awesome. Peter Gammons, tell me how awesome he is.
When Lyle Overbay was coming up in the Arizona farm system, he was always called the next Mark Grace. He used the whole field, he made contact, he got deep in counts. But with the Brewers, he's shown that he can look for certain pitches and drive the ball and hit for a lot more power than they thought he would. He doesn't run very well. Who cares?
Bottom 4, 3-3 Overbay one more time. Brewer fans missing Richie Sexton a little less every day. That's in the gap, and, well, he's running fast enough to get his 19th double. Extends that hit streak to 14 games. Brewers win it 7-4.
Pittsburgh went into Colorado and San Fran and won 5-6. Expos at the Diamondbacks. He shall be a leave-on. Hernandez gets some help from his catcher, Brian Schneider. Off the Nuxie, Steve Sparks. Trust me, gone, and watch. Into the pool. The pool? Why not? We don't mind trying to go after the ball. What's a little water? Then Carlos, 1 up by land, 2 up by sea, 3 up by air. Grounds to Cabrera. He completes a double play. The Expos sweep the Diamondbacks in Arizona, winning 6.
In San Juan, San Fran 0-7 against Montreal last season, 1-7 this season without Barry Bonds in the lineup. He's in and he's watching. Former teammate Livan Hernandez gets Bonds looking in his first at-bat. Bonds came in 1 for 4 career against Hernandez to 1 a home run, but he was totally fooled there. Expos up 3, top 7. Bonds draws the leadoff walk. He said he played this game because he owed it to the fans, so good on him. Hernandez chased later in the frame with a 3-1 advantage, but men on Luis Ayala hoping to keep that lead, hoping but not doing. Edgardo Alfonso batting .362 in his last 12 games. Gives the Giants the lead in this game. 2-run single. It's 4-3. And then Marquise Grissom follows that with a 2-run double. A 6-run 7th for the Giants. All started by the Bonds walk. 6-5 final.
Barry Bonds in the lineup for the 2nd straight night in San Juan, and so he was also in left field. Giants up 2-1 in the 4th. Jerome Williams pitching to Tony Batista. That's hit to Bonds territory, and Orlando Cabrera is going to test him and fail that test. That's how you win yourself 8 gold gloves. People forget about that with Bonds with all his home runs. Top 11, tied at 2 after a sac fly. Jeremy Feacock against Edgardo Alfonso. Alfonso hit back to Feacock, throw to second, not in time. Throw to first, not in time. Both runners are safe. 2 batters later. Bases loaded, nobody out. Feacock against Bonds, hits to second. Once again, the throw home is tardy. 3-2 Giants. Bonds 0 for 3, but did have an RBI. 2 batters later, bases loaded for A.J. Przinsky, and you're so not catching that. Grand Slam, 2nd homer of the year. Giants win 7-2.
Scoreless game in the 2nd. Expos only giving Zach Day 2 runs per game in support, so he's going to need at least that. Andrew Jones, 9th is a 2-run shot. Braves add another to go up a field goal. We go bottom 5. John Thompson, winless in his last 4 starts. He gets some defensive help from his center fielder, and it's that Jones guy again. Crowd at 4,675 saw that live. You get 2 looks. He's a glove-struck baby. Top 7. Does the name Ruby Begonia ring a bell?
Oh, I love Creed.
Jones rings Hayes Belligan. First multi-homer game by an Atlanta player this year. 8th shutout of the Expos. 5 outs.
Braves in Montreal, bottom 4-1-0 Braves. Horacio Ramirez against Val Pascucci. That's hit deep to right. J.D. Drew is on the case, makes the catch for the out. Check out Juan Rivera. He's heading to 3rd. He's hustling. He's got the feet chugging. He's going to go ahead. Oh, my goodness.
How's the neck?
He's in safely, but was not pretty. He broke the chain.
Ooh.
That's a problem.
That might have saved him, that
Several
chain.
$1,000s probably down the tubes, head right into the base. He's okay.
Thank goodness.
But that is not pretty. Bottom 6 tied at 1. There's Rivera again, and that is pretty. Tough ball to hit. Knocked it out, second of the year. Expos win it 3-1 to end a 5-game losing.
Braves in Montreal. Livan Hernandez hit for 4 runs on 10 hits in 7 innings. We're in the top of the 7th here, and he plunks Johnny Estrada. Home plate umpire Bill Welke warns both benches, you. Frank Robinson has some thoughts on that, and everybody has some thoughts. Bench is empty. Julio Franco having a few laughs. Pat Corrales filling in for Bobby Cox, who was actually ejected earlier in the game for arguing balls and strikes, is out there, too. Russ Ortiz calms everybody down, gets Carl Everett. Ortiz retired the last 17 he faced, didn't allow a hit after the 2nd inning. Braves win 6-1.
Baseball's worst record, Montreal, and facing Sean Casey, leading the National League in batting at .379 coming in. That ball is going out. Mighty Casey against Claudio Vargas, 2-run homer. Casey went 4 for 5, 3 RBI, the home run, 2 doubles. He's hitting .390. The mighty Griffey in the top of the 5th. He's going to chase Vargas. 2-run homer, .493 of his career, and where that stands on the all-time list, stick with us. It is 6-2 Reds. 9th inning. 7-6 now, bottom. Danny Graves on for the save, a diluted stat, but still he's getting it done. Brad Wilkerson grounds out. Reds win 7-6. Graves, 22nd save. And we promise more info, and you get it. Griffey Jr. tying Lou Gehrig for 20th on the all-time homer list. He did it in a very different fashion. Griffey got to .493 almost a year quicker and in 192 fewer games. But Gehrig played in all of his team's games for 13 seasons. Griffey has played just 1 full season in his career. Cincinnati at Montreal. Sean Casey went 1 for 4. National League leading average dropping from .390 to .387. Junior Griffey went 0 for 3, but all anybody wanted to talk about afterwards was his Golden Glove. Brad Wilkerson didn't want to talk about it. Top play nominee. Adam Dunn. Start him up. He may never stop. First hit in a week. Solo job off Zach Day gives the Reds a 2-1 lead. Bottom 8, 4-1 Reds. Tony Batista represents the tying run. Juan Castro represent, as the kids say. Lives on Glove Street. Cincinnati wins it 4-1.
Reds and Expos. Now, Tomo Oka, the first Major League pitcher hitting higher than 9 since September of '98. He's hitting 8th on Sunday ahead of Jamie Carroll, who was hitting .256. Oka was just hitting .118. Said manager Frank Robinson on why he did this. He said he wanted to try something different. Oka fouls out with the bags full with 2 out in the 1st in the inning. Oka again, 2 outs, runners on 1st and 2nd. This time the grounder. That ends the inning on a fielder's choice. Oka 0 for 2 on the afternoon with a walk. Bottom 5, Brad Wilkerson. No doubt. Off of Mike Matthews, Wilkerson 6-5-1 Montreal. The Expos would go on to the 6-2 win.
Against Atlanta, he's 0-4 at the TED. Bottom 1, he gets Nick Green on the 0-2 pitch. Green called up from AAA Richmond last month. In the 3rd, he's batting again against Hernandez, and it's a tough start for the rookie. Strikes him out at the end of the inning. He's up for the injured Marcus Giles. We go bottom 7, tied at 2 outs. They're going to intentionally walk Rafael Furcal to get to Green, and, well, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. 60 career homers in 5 minor league seasons and 1 in the big leagues. They had to coax him out of the dugout for a curtain call, said he'd never done one before. The Braves win it 8-2.